Hey everybody, welcome back to the Carry and Cut YouTube channel. And if you're new here, I sure do appreciate you stopping by and watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also leave a comment down below. Check out our Instagram at Carry and Cut and our Patreon at Carry and Cut. All the proceeds from the Patreon are going to go directly back into the YouTube channel to buy new knives and new equipment to help make the quality and the content better for you guys. So before we get into this, I want to give Jimmie Crowe a huge shout out. This is another one of his knives, and that he graciously sent over to us to do a review on, and just show to you guys. But before we even get into that, I do want to show a couple of our giveaway knives that we're going to be giving out here before too long. So I want to do like a 750 and maybe even a 1,000 subscriber giveaway, or maybe we'll do both of these for the 750. I'm not sure. So right here we got the Grow EF 950 that we did a video on. That we did some custom Rit die scales on it. So this was a synthetic Rit die. These used to be JG10, and this thing turned out really sweet. Really do like it, and one of the subscribers actually bought this knife for me and had me do the scale die on it because he wanted to see the actual process of it. So be on the lookout for this one. And then this is another knife. This is the VNLA flipper. I'm pretty sure that I seen this from Max Level EDC. He posted this on his YouTube channel about it was a pretty good deal for what they had going on sale on for Amazon. But this thing is pretty sweet. The action is just incredible for how cheap this knife was. So definitely pretty cool. And I want to do a another giveaway. I really did like the live stream the last time we did it. So stay on the lookout for these. This should be pretty exciting, and I can't wait to give these away to you guys. So up on the schedule for today, we are looking at the Byrd Knives Harrier 2. And if you guys are not familiar with the Byrd knives, then this is Spyderco's budget line. I know like they have their Spyderco, like their lightweights, so their pair 2, pair 3, and all that kind of stuff like that. But even their tenacious and all the other, like the Chinese made ones, they're definitely more for budget oriented also. But this is like a super budget. So if you're thinking of like Cut and Civivi, then you would be thinking of like your Byrd and then your Spyderco. So it's the same company, I guess you could say. They come in like identical packaging. Here, I'll actually show you the packaging. So this is I think this was for the Andella, and then of course this is for the Harrier 2. So they're made in the same, well, from the same company, I guess you could say. This is just Chinese made, and of course this one's in Seki City, Japan. But they do their Golden Colorado line, all that kind of stuff too. So I really do. I prefer the Japan, Taiwan, and American Spydercos more than any of them. But for definitely this is going to be a good option. I know some of these knives were even down into the $25 range. This is the Byrd Harrier 2. If I didn't mention that before, this is going to be coming at $55.50. So still pretty good. Pretty good, price for what you're getting. I'd like to see the price maybe down a little bit more, but you are getting an 8CR base steel, 8CR 13 MOV, which it is a stainless steel. It's it's pretty good, decent all around. I mean, you're getting some decent edge retention on there, a little bit of toughness, and you are getting full length steel liners in there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but they are full length liners. Of course, backlock construction, injection molded handle, and it is kind of still like a bidirectional texturing. So if you're looking at let's just pull out the Delica here, and you can kind of see it's just like a different pattern, but it still does grip you pretty well. I wouldn't say it's as good as the Delica series or the Endura or any of the Seki City Japan models for their injection molded, but for the Byrd, it's fairly similar, and they still do have an opening hole on there, but of course it's not the round hole. This is the Byrd hole. So instead of the Spyderco round hole, we got a Byrd hole, Byrd beak, I don't really know. Of course, this is going to be like a Wharncliffe blade, true Wharncliffe, nice and straight. This is going to be an awesome piercer, slicer, utility work, really get down in there. And they even have some nice useful jimping on the actual spine of the blade there, which is pretty cool. So, real nice draw cuts. You can really get down there at the tip. I mean, look how far I am down there. So you could really get down in there to it. This one does have a nice finger twirl right here also to actually give you some more room on the handle, which is pretty nice. But even choked all the way back, I can still get a 4-finger grip on this thing. So definitely pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get some specs on it. How about we start with the blade thickness? We're looking at 90 thousandths. Yeah, 90 thousandths on the blade, which is pretty thin. But this is going to be a slicey blade. I don't think this is going to be an actual workhorse or anything like that. Let's go ahead and get the Mrs. Carry and Cut kitchen scale out. Get a little weight on this dude. Let's go 0 out. All right, let's go ahead and close it up, make it a little easier. And we're looking at 2.6 ounces. So 2.6 ounces, that's pretty good to see. Remember that size for when we pull out the roller. Let's do some measurements on this thing. So over here on the inch side, we are looking at from tip of the blade to the butt, we're right at 7.5 inches, maybe just a fuzz more, but you know, pretty close to 7.5 inches. Blade length is becoming almost at 3. I don't know if you want to call that 3.5 or what you want to say it would be. It's pretty close to 3.5, but sharpened edge is little right at 3 inches, if not under. I'd say we're right at 3 inches on the sharpened edge. So definitely pretty good. Carry profile thickness is definitely pretty thin. Let's go ahead and compare it to the, we'll just pull out the Delica. So it's going to be smaller than or bigger than the Delica. And then how about the Indela? Let's go ahead and check that one out. We just did a review on this one if you guys missed this one. So it's going to be a little smaller than the Indela. And then how about the Endura? So we are a little bit, well, definitely a good fair bit smaller than the Endura on there also. So pretty cool to see all these, you know, the harrier or the Byrd lineup. It kind of mimics all these knives. So they have smaller ones, medium ones, and they have bigger ones too. So it's definitely something to check out. And if you're trying to get into Spyderco or you want one of your friends to get into Spydercos, it's definitely a pretty good way to start. Especially, you know, they're not too expensive and they are tough. They're going to be, you know, safe to operate. The back lock is, you know, incredibly strong. You're not going to have to worry about anything crazy like that. Nothing happening. And of course, we do have a 4-position pocket clip, tip up, tip down, left or right hand carry, which is going to be nice to see. Anybody can carry this any way they want to. And with it being a back mounted, or yeah, back lock, it's kind of a mid-mounted back lock, but it's still a back lock nonetheless. This can be, you know, carried either way. So it's a truly ambidextrous knife, and easy to maintain, easy to take care of, you know, fun to operate. And this thing is incredibly sharp too. I done sliced my finger out the first day I was playing with it. You can't really see anymore, but I kind of have a scar, little scab right there. I hit the back lock and shuck it down. That thing slid right into my finger. So this is another crazy sharp edge on this one. And I know the last video I did, I showed you the, you know, ergonomics, not the ergonomics, but cutting geometry and how good of a slicer this knife really is. At least the that was the what knife was that? That was the Indela. So we'll go ahead and this thing, like, it is just completely, it don't even stand a chance. So this thing's incredibly sharp, and I don't even know if he put a new edge on this thing. I think it comes in a factory edge just like this. So this thing is going to be, you know, of course HCR is not going to hold an edge forever, but it's still a very good contender for at least the price point that it's trying to get to. Sorry about that. Just trying to get over a cold here. So I would say this is definitely a success. I would pick one of these up for $50 all day. You know, I'm a big Spyderco fanboy. Really like everything they put out. So I'm not going to discriminate this versus the Spyderco. It's still basically the same thing. You know, the fit and finish is pretty good comparison. You know, I can't even really tell much of a difference. It's kind of a grittier on the open, but that just could be it. Just needs cleaned out. So I wouldn't really hold that against it. But, you know, side to side, it might have a little more tension on it, but it could, you know, this could just be because this one wasn't carried near as much as the Spyderco. So, I mean, if I had a preference, I would choose the Spyderco all day. But the family lineage, it's there. You know, you can see it. It's all similar. So let's go ahead and line them back up in our nice little size comparison lineup. And I don't have any PM2s down here with me right now, or I'd throw some of those out too. But all right, guys, there we go. So that is the Byrd Harrier 2, and we're gonna have a couple more Byrd knives coming up on the channel also. So make sure you guys stay looked out for that, and then we'll do some full reviews on the Delica and this Endura also coming too. So all right, guys, thanks.